collection. This is really going to be a quick one because of course, as usual, I prep most of the pieces, so it doesn't take me long to do my cards. But I stumbled on this card, and I was like, oh, that is just super cute. I want to make it with the rose gold set. So what I did was I stamped this perfume bottle and I colored it with my Copic markers, and I stamped limited edition in it. I took the sparkle and cut it out in glitter cardstock that came in the kit with it, and this card base, and made a shadow layer to kind of make it look like a double. And if you can see that, shadowed up. And then I made a bow and put some 3D glue gel, and this is my cover page or cover of my card. The one thing that I really want to say about this collection is this is an easy collection if you have the stamps to work with it. No, the ink. I don't have any rose gold ink, so I'm going to have to get me some rose gold ink so that I can be able to use it with this collection. They do have it at Crafters, HSN, I think, in a collection that's coming out tomorrow on Craft Day. Don't forget about Craft Day tomorrow. A lot of the things are already up that you might want, so go on there so you can get the flex pay. Even though they did the okie doke on us, they had free shipping this weekend and not on the day we need it, which is Craft Day. But okay, so the wiper card has a lot of different sizes. So I would say I'm just doing it to show you it in the rose gold. But if you really want to learn how to do it, go and look at some videos. Type in wiper instructions, and the one that I'm following is from Split Coast Stamper, and she did this card over 10 years ago. So this is not new. I didn't create it. I'm casing it with my own supplies, which is most of what most people do is case cards, because there's probably not much under the sun. It's just different measurements. And so you'll find different measurements for this. And so I just really want to show you my take on it. Okay, so the first thing you do, you have to cut 2 sheets of paper to 4¼ by 8½. So you just take your 8½ sheet, cut it at 4¼ once, cut it at 4¼ twice. Then you take your scoreboard and you score it at 1½ and at 3. That's all I did for both of these. These are identical pieces of paper. Identical. Then you take both pages and you fold it down, and then fold this back towards yourself. So you're folding it upward on that score line and downward back on your score line. That's it. You do that for both sheets of paper also. Then you take both of them and turn them on themselves. So this side facing to your left, the one in the back facing to your right, and that is what you have. Like a little box, or a Z fold, because that's like a Z. So a Z fold card. That's the card base right there, right? So now you have to make your wiper. You take a piece of cardstock of heavyweight, what do you call that? Heavyweight or acrylic or whatever, and you cut it to 1½ by 3. I did mine a little bit shy of 1½, but it's still by 3. And then to get this mark here, all you do is you take your paper and put it on a scoreboard at 1 and at 1. That's it. And score down that, and that makes your score line. That's it. You don't have to tick this, what? No. 1 at 1 and at 1, and go right down that score, and that's a score line. That's how you make this one. To tell you the secret, I bought the die. I got suckered. There's a whole bunch of wiper dies, and I want to say they're Hero Arts or something. I don't know. When I get them in, I'll show you them. But I got suckered into buying the dies because I'm just like that. So then you just take this that has been scored and you score it, like you back and forth. You pressing that score mark so it can really be really good, because if you don't do that, you won't turn. Your mechanism won't turn. So you just go up and down and up and down, and you wearing it into that paper, right? Which makes it easy to do the flip. Then you turn it on its back with the score mark facing to the left, and you put tape only on that area. I put this score tape because it's stronger than my regular tape, so it can get more wear on it, right? So that's what you do. And so then you take your you take your tape off. Take your tape off. Okay, so we're going to take our tape off, and we're going to put it in one of our fronts or backs. They're both the same. And so what you do is you take the corner with the flat part, and you're going to put it inside of here. I'm putting it about, okay, let me give you a measurement just to be on the safe side. I want to say it's like a 1.5 or 2. It has to be straight, and it has to be in between these two lines. And so I'm going to put it at almost 1.5, 1 3/4. That's it. That's where I put it. I just dropped it in there. It's at 1 3/4 if you need an exact measurement. And make sure that it's in between these score lines, and in between, and then you just press it down. So it's a 1 3/4 from the top, and then you press this and make sure that you got that tape or glue or whatever you put it in secure. Okay, very secure. Make sure it's very secure. And then whatever it is that you're using for your wiper, you put it on here, right? Okay, so let's see. I want this there because I want it to come and stand right up. So I'm putting it, this gotta be like an inch and something down. Inch and a quarter. It's an inch and a quarter down, but it'll be based on whatever your design is. And so all I'm gonna do is take some of this tape, and I'm gonna put it towards the bottom. I'm putting it more towards the bottom of this. Right? More towards the bottom. And if I need to put some more, I will. It would be a good idea if you back this, if you didn't want anybody to see the back of this, to back it. But I'm not worried. I'm just putting it in here about 1.25 inches down. So that is my pop-up, which is going to be my wipe, my swipe. And you see how I got it right at the tip edge? That is right at the edge of this. And that was pretty good for me not seeing it. Okay, so there we go. So you're going to just flip this over, because this is going to now be the top on the right hand side. And then you're going to take this and bring this one back over and put it right in there. And so you're going to take your flip and just fold it down in there. Just like that. So it's in there. And see that? That's what you want. You want it to fully come and stand out. Fully come and stand out. Okay, so in order to put this together, we need to put tape on this piece. I'm only using score tape because this is a mechanism that's going to move. And so you don't have to use score tape. You could probably use your regular tape, but I know this is some strong tape. Plus, this is specialty paper. This has got a gloss on it, so it's better to make it stronger than not. Okay, so make sure that you press down on your papers, your tape, and take this out loose. Take these all loose. And there we go. And so we're just going to peel them all off. Just like that. Okay, and so then you make sure you're keeping this out of the way. And all you're going to do is match up your edges. Perfectly match up your edges. And lay that down. And burnish. And there you go. It's burnished on there. Right? Really good. And then this piece is to cover that. It's a matte layer to cover that. And it's okay if this is with a tape gun because it's just my plain matte layer. Is not part of the mechanism itself. And so I already cut this piece to matte here. And this is this end. Remember we scored at 1 inch. So I cut this piece of paper to 1 1/4. And so I'm just putting that right there. Just to give this a little life. That's it. Okay. Then we're going to take this piece and we're going to put this on our front. I think that you should put all your mechanisms on before you put that last piece on, only because then you're not fumbling around trying to get it on there. You're not fumbling around. So that's why I'm putting my little designer piece on here. And so I cut this piece. I cut to 4 by 5, which is the matte layer for this, because the actual card center is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I mean, yeah, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So I cut this at 5 1/4 by 4. That was what it was. So 5 1/4 by 4. And that is our front. So now we have it. It looks like this. This is our little pop-up. I didn't put anything right here because this is our pop-up and this is going to be on this side. And so you make sure that you lay this down just like that. Keep it in there. This side right here needs some tape. So you could actually just put tape on both of those ends at the same time and not worry about it. I'm just doing it step by step so you can see it. This card literally, not including the design process, can be done in 15 minutes. And actually, once you get the hang of it, it won't even take you that long. This is a quick, fast, and in a hurry. If you have those cards that you already have a card front, you know how you can buy those card packs of paper that already have designs in them. This is perfect for that kind of thing, because then you're not even making a design. You're basically putting this together, because it's not going to take you that long once you know how to put this together. Okay? So this lays straight down, and whenever you're doing a card or putting a card together, don't fumble with doing stuff in the air like this. Don't do that. Usually you can lay things right down, like, let me hold it with this. You can lay things right down, and if it's a square or something like that, you can just bring it right over and lay it right down. I'm sorry, I was looking at something else and not paying attention. But you can lay it right down just like that. You see how I just laid it right on there, and it's on there in the right spot. You just bring it right over, and then just make sure. Oh man, okay, maybe you should put your ribbon or something that is not going to be, that will not stick on last. But my card is finished, and so guess what? Here you go. Boop, boop, and that goes. It tucks itself right down in there. So now you have a wiper. Shoop. Two pieces cut at your 8.5 by 4.25. Scored at 1.5. Scored at 3. Fold them in mountain, one valley, because that's a mountain, that's a valley. Mountain fold, valley fold on both sides. Tape them together. Stick this piece in there. This, you have a card. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for allowing me to come into your space. I appreciate you. I am glad that I could bring you something else with this kit. This is a wonderful kit that you can do all kinds of cards with, and that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to make different cards with it so you won't get stuck on what you're trying to design. So all I did was take a sparkle. I put some tape on the back. I actually slid it through my Xyron sticker maker and stuck these on. I got some 3D glue gel and made a bow, and I colored that in literally no time. If you did not have to put do a design or decorate here, it would take you about 15 minutes or less. If you have an ephemera, it'll take you even less because you're not coloring in anything, you're not doing anything. You're putting that card directly on there, letting that be your design, putting these pieces on there, and voila, you have a card. So thank you for joining me, and let your day sparkle. Have a good one, and I'll see you in the next one.